Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video, we'll be reviewing the deals for the week in a rather unusual format. I even had to come to the cornfield. If you did not hit like in advance, I do not know the reason why you still have not done it. Let's cut to the chase without unnecessary water. The first interesting deal this week was executed using the UNFI instrument. We must focus on this order book. This instrument indicates strong growth, and we also observe a significant round figure of $9. I expect that we will hit $9 and then we will see some correction. So right now it's important for me to see acceleration in the tape, analysis of density at the round number, hitting the target, meaning stop loss hunting around the round number, and then we can expect some kind of correction. Here we have a nugget in the glass. I immediately enter, put the stop loss in the profit zone, and we instantly draw 1%. I sell part of it at 1% and part of it I already sell after a pullback. It turns out to be a peculiar sharpening. From the trader's diary, we see that in this deal he was in for 1 minute 11 seconds, earning $214, which is 1.1%. We also see further that I tried to build a position in TRB in advance for a breakout, but the breakout didn't happen. So here I took the profit I made on UNFI and distributed it. Just a little bit more. The next deal was executed using the VLD instrument. This is already a classic level breakout. We need to pay attention to this order book here. We have the initial level of support for this particular order. Also, we can see the second level of support. That means they are located very close to each other. Also nearby is the round 1.05, and with a slight density. In breaking through this density, in breaking through these levels, I will actually enter. Also important in this situation is the fact that the instrument exhibited favorable outcomes in previous instances. There is nothing to delve into here, just placed pending orders above the levels took me into a position, a slight delay, immediately followed by an impulse of more than 2.5%. Closing this position at the market entry, a good, beautiful, fast technical deal. Earned $1,278 net, 5 seconds in the position, which is 2.21%. Well, we require additional deals similar to these. Moving forward in the diary, we have incurred a minor loss on Cyber. In this situation, attention will need to be focused on this order book here. This is where we will be working on it. And also concurrently, we have a deal involving TRB, which I will tell you about a little later. On Sabir, we possess two support levels. I positioned my pending orders at the respective level of support. There was no momentum movement around the round figure of $6. That's why I immediately exited this position. I only lost $7 on this deal. However, I paid $54 in commission. If you desire to save on trading commissions, obtain discounts on trading commissions, you will discover links to trustworthy exchanges in the description. The next deal was executed using TRB. This is the same glass we discussed and analyzed together. It's an interesting transaction. And as we can see here in the chart, there are some interesting levels. I was considering whether to enter or not to enter the breakout of these levels. Plus there was a round number nearby at 1620, but for some reason I decided to skip it, that is not to enter, and in case of a good impulse just enter on the pullback, so to speak, sharpen the entry. As you can see, the TRB tape was not very active, but at the moment of breakthrough the activity picked up, so it was easy to enter on the breakout. I observed that our feed is beginning to decelerate, so I promptly arrive here to enhance it. Clicked on the initial portion, clicked on the second portion, and it immediately displays 1.5% reduction in position. After that, I simply proceeded to prolong this transaction. According to the trader's diary, this situation looks like this. Managed to earn 2.21% in a 6-minute deal, $436. The volume here is small because recently I have been attempting not to throw too much into certain unworthy things. Here, it was possible to get much more, but what Murat took in total is kind of that. Moving on to the trader's diary, we have deals involving FLM. Here I managed to take a knife with a staggering 3%, but I do not even remember working on this deal. Yes, there was some mini knife even looking at a small volume, but I managed to earn $304. However, I didn't record this deal. I also didn't record these deals. There's also a focus on FLM. I entered here with a fairly decent volume, but apparently something didn't go well, and honestly I can't even explain the entry point because I don't remember. Next is a series of deals involving the TRB instrument. Here I tried to catch a falling knife. Gave out 37s on the first attempt, 190 on the second attempt, and $50 on the third. So in total, I distributed approximately $300 in order to achieve that ultimate objective. And honestly, TRB could have been worked on much better because I was somehow in a rush, sitting there attending to other things at the same time. Here we have TRB taking off. There's consolidation in the cup. That was a good entry point. So overall, I'm satisfied with this point because it was decent. But at the moment, I see that the movement continues. I should have exited earlier. This point was definitely unnecessary. This point was also unnecessary. Well, and the final point here, I would say, is already clear, meaning there are both densities and some activity in the order book immediately showing 2%, at the moment even showing 4%. I closed part of the positions, and for some positions I sat back and just waited for the movement to go down. When it comes to knives sharpening, I am still, learning. I am still gaining experience because it all depends on the blade's characteristics. Sometimes our feed is clear, sometimes unclear. In short, what was the principle behind TRB? Our tape is moving actively upwards. As soon as there is a glitch in the tape, I immediately enter the opposite direction. In this case, there were two entry points. So the first one, which I explained, was normal. The next one was more, I would say, gambling-like. The second point should have been avoided, and the very last one was good. As you can see, our instrument really started to perform well, and we earned $1,556 from this deal. If we consider net earnings, it's around $1,200, taking into account these setbacks. However, it was possible to make twice as much and take $3,000. But as you can see, I'm already happy with what I got. After that, for some reason, I stopped recording deals. There's nothing more to explain in terms of density. There was a certain density in the glass. I tried to enter, but there was no movement from it. All these deals like Yenji and Perpetuum for some reason have not been recorded for me. However, once again, this is some kind of flaw, some inefficiency somewhere slipped in. Regarding TRB, there is an entry on the breakout on activity, meaning there were quite a lot of deals. And in general, I can state that this week was full of activity, which implies that you had the potential to earn a substantial amount of money. Market gave, market moved. Let's check interesting things we have here. $104 per min, plus $195. That's what we have on the set. TRB sharpening didn't work out here. This is an interesting deal. Hope is the name of the game. When our TRB instrument took off, I got into the groove, but when I see no movement, I exit the situation promptly to avoid wasting time. Then I think most likely TRB will go down for us. That's why I expected it to go down. Here's a stupid deal, really, still connected with emotions, like trying to keep it together with emotions. You understand everything, but still sometimes I make such stupid deals. So on TRB, you could have refrained from paying these funds here, this amount of $1,000. You could have easily chosen not to pay. We experienced a breakout on Bitcoin, unfortunately, which I also failed to document, but I would describe the breakout as normal, good, standard, and basic for Bitcoin. There are levels. Here's the first resistance level. There's a second one. Everything is as usual with Bitcoin. Nothing new is happening here. The initial resistance level can be drawn like this, but inconvenient for me to sketch, of course. And here we have the second level. I enter the local area. There's an impulse. Based on this impulse, roughly speaking, I take what it gives. Profit $745, commission $230. To save on commissions, click the link in the description. Save money on fees by using the provided link for trading. Took back what I was giving the impu, these various roll-ins I didn't want to sit through anymore. Next, something interesting, nothing to show here. There was also a cool, funny breakthrough on the air. Wanted to enter with 300k, but for some reason it only let me in with 100. Frustrating because should be at least 1500, not 500. Following that, once more, a few minor downsides, minor upsides, and here is a small positive aspect concerning Bitcoin. I documented this transaction. The duration of the trading was only 6 seconds with a net movement of 0.23% and a value of $484. Kindly pay attention to this order book here. Furthermore, I also have an open deal for VLD, but there is a completely different story there that needs to be considered. It won't work out positively there after all. And now let's focus on this class. We have good activity going on. It immediately takes me into a position. We push into the density at the round mark of 25V600. We analyze the density, impulse, part on limit orders well, and a large part was already closed on Avkate at market price. Standard default breakout 0.2 and 0.3 purely took the base, and also some will be returned from the commission. Results for this week: earned plus 3746 USD, profit margin 3.14, commission paid 1425 USD. The profit margins of 3.14 were charged a commission of 1,425. Here's how it looks by day. Monday subtract 60, Tuesday 2800, Wednesday subtract 260, Thursday add 240, Friday 163, Saturday and Sunday not mentioned. I abstained from trading on Saturday even with many setups as I was on vacation and unable to participate in the market. At the moment you can observe this on your screens. I went to dig potatoes, so that is the current situation. Also remember to take breaks. Also on Sunday an additional $837. Overall guys, I'll be concluding on that note. Thanks to all of you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. You will surely appreciate the fact that I actually went to a cornfield just for you in order to record this incredibly cool review of deals. Best of luck to all, wishing for profit, happiness, peace, goodness, and bidding farewell to everyone.